don't know where I am live streaming in though. Give me a second. Okay, there I am. Just going to share this one. All page. All right. Where am I? Over here. Hello. I have no idea who's joining me this evening. I am in a mad, visionary, whirlwind kind of creatrix process at the moment. So I wanted to come on and just do a quick, a little live stream. I'll do my best not to be too ranty. But essentially what I wanted to share was, it's not like a big aha revelation, but it's definitely something that has been brought to my attention today. Now, so I am in the process of piecing together the final structure for my Maiden to Mother Sacred Pregnancy and Conscious Birthing e-course. Now, this is 4 years in the making, and it literally got to the point where I was like, why do you keep holding on to this? Like, it's all there. You literally just need to sit down and put it all into a solid structure. And so I gave myself a date, which was in April, and I was like, right, this is it. It's happening. I'm just doing it. So who have I got there? Hi, Rosanna. Yeah, hey, man. So I'm going through my hard drives, right? Now, one of the 3 hard drives that I work off is a bit, well, defunct at the moment. I don't know if it's been dropped and the magnets are gone, or it's just not reading through my computer. So I might have to go and send that away. But it's one of those like heartbreaking moments when you're a creative person and you've got a heap of files stored on it and you're like, shit, and I'm not sure what I had backed up or not. Now, here's the other thing with respects to be a wild visionary creatrix is that I'm not super organized either. So my hard drives, although I set the intention to get a new hard drive and have it for only this business, or, you know, have one for my Wise Woman business and one for my doTERRA business, I totally get slack and they end up being a big, massive mishmash. So anyway, I've got 2 working hard drives that I'm looking into and scanning for files that I need, because when I was pregnant with Luca, I actually recorded a lot of videos while I was experiencing the different stages of pregnancy, because I knew that I would be offering this. Yeah. So it's a process of going back and finding all the videos that are not organized. They're probably in really random folders, and piecing them all together and uploading. So I'm literally like uploading about 12 videos to Vimeo at the moment and getting them all ready and consolidated so that they're in a really beautiful structured way, so that when I call in and welcome in new mamas that are yearning for access to the wisdom that I carry, that I've learnt from my initiations being a birthing mother, not only birthing naturally, but free birthing at home, I want to be able to pass that on so that it is clear and concise. So the whole point to this is that I really learnt to give myself a break. Now, because I'm a doer, and I am a creatrix and a creative and quite visionary, that like the way that I perceive my journey in life and business is like epic, big picture, right? And in that, because it's so huge, sometimes I can get a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes, or actually a lot of the times, I can be really fucking hard on myself because I'm not living up to my own standards of what I know I could be doing or should be doing. Yeah, that should is like a killer. It's a killer of dreams. And so throughout this journey of the last 2 years, particularly, it's been a wild ride of surrender, particularly journeying through sleep deprivation. And, you know, I was a little bit cocky going into having my 3rd baby. Was like, yeah, totally got this. It's like, what's another baby? And then this one doesn't sleep. So it really hit me for a 6, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do, even with respects to creating amazing courses that can help transform people's lives, that can help people create a deep sense of meaning in their lives, sharing what I know about emotional resilience and empowerment and sacred femininity and rituals and ceremony and all that stuff. It's all in here. But I feel like the last 2 years has been a journey in surrendering to where my life is at, because I haven't been at the energetic capacity to be able to deliver them clearly and concisely. Now, there's one thing that you should know about myself and my work and any work that I put out there. When I'm sharing it, it is totally aligned. And I come from a really sacred space within my energy body and my energy field, knowing that there's a ripple effect that happens from the messages that come through my body. And I take great responsibility for that, yeah? So I have been really, really hard on myself, because there's that frustrated artist that just yearns to have the freedom to go on these mad, visionary, wild, creatrix endeavors. And the reality is that I'm a mother of 3 children running 2 businesses. And so I've really had to kind of prioritize where my energy is best served, so it's conducive to my growth, that serves me financially, but also that whatever I am delivering serves those people, so serves my students as well. Now, a big journey that I've come to realize as I'm scanning through these hard drives is really coming into that space of honoring how far I've come and all the work that I have been doing. And I think it's kind of just really hit me this evening, because I have been so incredibly hard on myself. Now, if you have any elements of the perfectionist in you, and you are a creative and you love to do a great job, you'll know what I'm talking about, that when you can be really, really hard on yourself because you know you can be doing better. And it wasn't until just scanning back through these hard drives, I'm finding all these old writings and documents that I've done. Like, there's probably about 10 e-courses mapped out with like the skeletal framework for them that I've just got to fill in with more content. And I just really had this realization. I was like, wow, like even in the midst of being in full surrender, and in essence, what I was emotionally feeling was being defeated, I was still creating and I was still doing my best. And even though in, I guess, my perfectionist mode, it's not as good as what I could have been doing, it's totally perfect for where I was at. And so that's what I want to share. This is the message that I want to speak to this evening, is to take a moment right now. Let's all take a moment and take a breath. Close your eyes, yeah? Place your hand on your heart and have a feel into where you are in your life right now. This moment, this beautiful, precious, sacred moment, yeah? Where everything is perfect. You are exactly where you need to be. And take a deep breath and breathe that in. Even if it's not where you want to go, you're still exactly where you need to be right now on your journey. And we come into peace and acceptance for that. And then take a moment to kind of reflect on, say, the last year, 2 years, 3 years, where you were, what you were doing back then, and what's changed, and how much you've grown and developed as a person, and how much that sense of connecting with yourself, developing yourself, has changed your relationships with others as well. And perhaps that it's, you know, your life has gone through a bit of a journey of creating a bit of upheaval so that you can come into full alignment with your true path and purpose. But just taking that pause moment is so essential so that we can walk forward clearly. Because if you fall into the trap, like I have before, being the creator, the doer all the time, you can overwhelm yourself and just being stuck in that hamster wheel of doing, and we're not being, and we're not celebrating and acknowledging who we are and how far we've come. And so if we don't take these moments to celebrate ourselves with deep respect, to go, yeah, I did that, and wow, look how far I've come, and oh, I've been on a journey. If we don't take those moments, what's the point of investing in your success? Because if you can't take a moment now to acknowledge how far you've come and where your life is in this moment, and to be grateful for this moment and your journey thus far, then how do you expect to be fully grateful when you are in that embodied success that you're yearning for, whatever that is? I'm not just talking about like business or financial success in that terms. It's like whatever practical applications that is for you and your life. And that's what is becoming really solidified to me in the moment this evening, reflecting on what I had been doing and perhaps not acknowledging or seeing the effort that I was making with the limited time that I had. Like, I was still showing up in the small ways, taking those sneaking moments, or, you know, creating epic amount of content and writing with a baby here, you know, doing what I needed to do to appease that creativity and that drive and that hunger to keep creating. And I know that that's just an archetypal energy that I work with, but I really want to share that with you. And I would love for you to comment below. What are you celebrating? Like, how far have you come? And let's talk, say, all right, in the last 3 years, okay? What are you grateful for? What are you acknowledging in yourself and paying respects and reverence for the efforts that you have put in to make the positive changes in your life? No matter how big or small they are, effort is being made. You're taking that step towards the life that you want to live, and the life that you know that you that fills you up and gives you that sense of meaning and purpose. Comment below, because I want to hear that. And I know for me that having this realization within myself is then going to set me up even further so that I can actually prioritize moments to check in. And I would actually encourage us all to be doing that at least monthly, to be checking in. And a great way to do that is you could anchor it to any of the moons, whether it's a new moon or full moon or half moon, whatever resonates with you. And to take that moment of, what's the word? Scattered. Just recollecting what's transpired in the last month and coming into that space of gratitude, so that we're focusing on creating the momentum and the motivation to invest in things that inspire us, things that fill us up from the inside out, so that as you grow and develop, you are creating that set point of gratitude. Yeah. And that way, it doesn't matter how big and wild and amazing your dreams are, that when you set that up, you will always come back to a space of contentment and happiness and fulfillment, because you've created meaning in your life. Yeah. And I think that that is something that when I look around, particularly in the online sphere, and I look towards a lot of very successful people in different areas, not just business, but in, you know, different elements of creativity, and that it usually comes at a cost. And sometimes that cost is our own sense of peace and fulfillment. We're always chasing and wanting and wanting and doing and doing and doing to create more of, because we're not creating that space to be and to just be like, yeah, did pretty good. I am enough, and everything that I'm doing right here and right now is getting me to where I want to be, and that is beautiful. And I really want to encourage us all to invest in creating that for ourselves, because that's a really awesome energy to have, and an awesome space of being to embody as well, which is going to fill you up from the inside out, so that you're not constantly doing and chasing, trying to be something, when you can just be here right now in the moment. Perfectly imperfect and beautiful, wherever you are on your journey, bringing that conscious awareness and presence right here in the moment is what it's all about, because that's all we've got ultimately is right now. Yeah. So signing off, I would love to read your comments. So please comment below what you were grateful for of yourself, your efforts, how far you've come. You know, write a little bit of your story. Give us insights so that we can encourage you on your path, whatever that is, whatever you're working towards to become a more embodied version of yourself, or a clearer, more aligned version of yourself, which is you, So that way we're all creating solidarity and we're helping walk each other home. So much love to you all. Peace.